But they chose me to MC here tonight, I believe, because of that relationship. I've known them so long. And they said, just come in and tell some stories, tell some old John stories, reminisce a little bit, talk about that. And, I thought about, I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm not going to tell John Beilein stories. And there's a reason for that. And I'll tell you why. One of my favorite philosophers is a guy named Tony Soprano. Anybody know who he is? Sopranos, right? HBO, Sopranos. My wife, why do you watch that? Because I consider Tony Soprano one of the foremost commenters on the human condition that I've ever seen. There's one episode when Tony's at a restaurant in Florida with his close confidants, Paulie Walnuts and Beansy, his trusted confidants, and they're talking about, hey, Tony, remember the time we did this, we did that? And Tony Soprano says, hey, remember when is the lowest form of communication? And he gets up and walks out. I thought, he's right. So we're not going down that road. Is that all right with you, John? We're not going down that road. I want to talk about something else. Another great writer, philosopher, not as good as Tony Soprano, 19th century newspaper man, Horace Greeley. You know the phrase, go west, young man? You've heard that. That was Horace Greeley. He said this also, and I kind of remember this a lot. Horace Greeley wrote this: fame is a vapor, popularity is an accident, and riches take wings. Only one thing endures, and that is character. Horace Greeley wrote that, and he's right. Fame is a vapor. It is. It's like just something floating around in the air. I've seen it every time the Bills travel. I notice it. You go into a hotel and there's players and there's celebrities and LaShawn McCoy, whoever, and there's fans there with autograph books and taking cell phone pictures, and it's like something in the air. And eventually the players get on the elevators and go to the room, and poof, it's gone. It's a vapor. It's not real. John's, I'm sure, seen that during the course of his career. Popularity is an accident. Horace Greeley said that. Popularity is an accident. And I believe that's true too. John is popular. He always has been. One of the most popular students at DeSales when we were all there, popular on the job, obviously, and all his different stops along the way. I had an experience once. I was driving Easter time home from South Carolina, Kiowa, with my wife and two, at that point, younger kids. This is 2006, and we're driving home at night, late, all the way from Kiowa to Buffalo, and we're going through West Virginia. 2006, John was still there, right? You know where I'm going. And I stop for gas, convenience store along the highway, and I go in to pay, and in the store is a life-size cardboard cutout of John Beilein holding a picture of a Coca-Cola can in his hand. Now, it's 2 in the morning, right? And I'm exhausted and driving, and I said, wow, there's John Beilein. It's a cardboard, 6-foot cutout cardboard of John Beilein. I gotta have that. I gotta have that. So, one clerk at the store, and she was nice, but I said, hey, can I take that? No, you can't. How about if I leave you $20 right here? So, all right, if I know this guy, it would be great. I had plans for that cardboard cutout. I really did. She's like, no. I said, I'll leave 50. Can I give you $50 and you'll give me that? How about if I put 50 on the counter, you turn your head, and I just take it in my car? And she wouldn't go for it. I mean, I tried everything, and I really wanted it. I went home, back to Lockport at the time, or maybe I was Orchard Park, wherever I was living. I wrote a letter to the Coca-Cola bottlers of West Virginia requesting that and said, I'll pay whatever it is. Nothing. Never got a response. I wanted it so bad. I really did. I wanted this life-size John Beilein cardboard cutout. I had plans for it. Fun. Pictures, right? Take it all over the place. Take it to Niagara Falls. Replace the Coca-Cola bottle with something else, something more fun than that. I had plans, and I never got one. John, do you have one at home? Does Kathleen, do you have one? I'm sure you don't have any? Oh, I really wanted that. If you don't want to do me a favor, I would love that. You have it. I know you have it. My point is, John was popular in West Virginia, but for all of us, whenever we're popular, it's a bit of an accident. Who chooses who's popular, right? It's kind of an accident. Money has wings. Horace Greeley said that in that quote. Everybody knows that. Money just disappears no matter how much you have. But he did say the only one thing that endures is character, and I think that is absolutely right. And that's why we have him right here with us tonight. John Beilein endures. 22 years after his time here at Canisius. His character endures. It is still the same. His character on display at every stop of his career with everyone he meets, not just on the job. He's great to his lifelong friends. There's a couple of tables of them here tonight, just great to his friends, and I'm proud to consider myself one of them. His character endures. He is devoted to his family, most of whom are here tonight. His character endures in public and in private. One quick story, John could tell it better than me, but I think it's one of the great stories in recent college basketball. The Austin Hatch story, Michigan basketball recruit. This kid, while he was a good basketball player, survived not one but 2 light plane, airplane crashes, wiped out his family essentially. John had offered him a scholarship, honored his scholarship. Austin had a head injury and a bunch of other issues that compromised his athletic ability, his ability really to be a great college basketball player, but John kept him. Played him in 5 games as a player, used him as a student assistant. He graduated, married a year ago. John Beilein's character, I believe, helped Austin hatch through that unimaginable disaster. And it was inspiration to me. I think it should inspire us all. John's character endures. I believe that. And he's going to bring it now to the NBA with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Those of us who have been lucky to be his friend are always proud of him. His family, his former assistants and players, I'm sure, feel the same. His character endures in the life he has chosen to lead. That's coaching. This is the life he has chosen. Now I'm quoting another gangster movie, aren't I? I didn't mean to do that. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to welcome the newest member of the Canisius Sports Hall of Fame, my friend, John Beilein.
Appreciate. This is good right there, I guess. That's good. No, this is terrific, and I don't want to make it a mutual admiration society, but I think that we don't ever. I hope you all appreciate John Murphy as being a great announcer and a great part of Western New York. We all remember the Van Millers and the Stan Barons and all those people, and John's one of those guys as well that we all grew up with and that we love. So it's an honor to have John to introduce me in that way today. So I appreciate that, John. There's so many people to thank. I'm going to try and do it the best that I can, and sure I'll forget somebody, but this is a great honor because this is an incredible. The Jesuit universities, the Jesuit colleges are just incredible places. They're near and dear to my heart. And just to be on, I walked through the Hall of Fame over there today, and all the great athletes and great coaches that are in there, men and women, it makes me know that it's a special place. So I do thank you very much for that honor. Whoever voted this, thank you very much. But I have to first of all thank my family, this main table right in here, that as Reggie, I did become I became a much better coach, teacher, person as soon as I met my love, Kathleen, without question. So, love of my life. And then, of course, the children that I have. If any of you ever coached, or you have children, right? That you have children that are coached. Oh my God, what they go through in your season, or I go now with Patrick, it's incredible. And Patrick is here tonight. Shauna is here tonight, who once sang the national anthem at Kessler, and we can't find the videotape anywhere. Mark is here. Andrew is not here. Andrew was in 3rd grade, or 3 years old when we moved here. Mark and Patrick were in 3rd and 4th, and Shauna was in 6th. So none of this stuff happens without those people in my life. So thank you. I think part of the reason they hired me at one time was because they knew I had a big family and we'd increase attendance right away. So I have 8 brothers and sisters. All of them attended Canisius games, Erie Community College games, Lemoyne games, Pete Repko. We have 3 guys from my Nazareth team here. That guys like Reggie helped me get the Nazareth job. The guys at Nazareth helped me get the Lemoyne job. The guys at Lemoyne helped me get this Canisius job. But my family has traveled to so many different places to support me all the time. So 6 sisters, 2 brothers, a lot of in-laws as well, right, that have supported me all that. So thank you very much. Beth is here today, right, and Molly is here, of course. Molly is here, right, and then representing the different parts of my rest of my family are here. I didn't forget any brothers and sisters. I can't forget them. Those are the 2 that are here. So thank them. I'd be remiss if I didn't, and my in-laws as well. That have been so much. Patty is here. This to Kathleen's family. I'll tell you a funny story there. What Canisius did for our family by hiring me to come back home from Lemoyne, even though we love Syracuse, it was great, was incredible. And to come back home and come home closer to your family and your in-laws, it could have different meanings to it. And I remember when we finally moved in, the moving truck is in, we're moving into our place. We had a place just on the Niagara County, Erie County border. And my mother-in-law came up and gave me the biggest, wettest kiss here and hugged me for forever. She was so happy to have her, Kathleen, and her grandchildren here. At the moment when that kiss went on and on, I said, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But Carlene and Ed Griffin, they jumped on board, and we added to the attendance. So that was great. The Nyland family. We have two sons of two Hall of Famers in here right now. Tommy Nyland, the son, stand up, Tommy, the son of Tom Nyland. Yep. We have David Nyland in the back. David, stand up again, the son of Joe Nyland. We also have Jim Nyland back here, who is my Uncle Mike's son, right back there. Would you please stand up, Jim? Jim, wherever you are. So, there he is back there. That's why I'm coaching. Those three mentors, that incredible mom and dad. There was just an incredible value system I grew up with. And so they raised me right, I believe. But I wanted to coach because of those three people. So to go in the Hall of Fame I think I was at the first Hall of Fame induction here, when they put that first class in. And I knew so many of those people because my mother would, tell me the time she was in labor when Uncle Joe was playing against Notre Dame in the odd, and she was in labor with me, right? And all these things, we grew up with all these things. So at any rate, the Nyland family, and I think when it comes down to when they were trying to pick this next coach when I was involved, I think they really trusted the DNA. They trusted the bloodlines, and it worked out. So I couldn't have had it if I didn't have that Nyland background to me. So I got to thank Father Dembski, who was incredible with my selection. Tom Miller, John Maddock, all big parts. But the guy that really got it done, all those were great, could not have done it. I would not have been hired without one of my favorite ADs of all time, Dan Starr. Dan, would you stand up, please, Dan? Come on, man. When Dan left that stressful life of the faculty where you have to teach one class a week, and then he watched coaches grind over in that athletic office, he knew he had a whole new appreciation of what coaches do. So I thank them. It took really a lot of courage to hire a Division II coach with no Division I experience to be here. There's a lot to be said about it. There's Bill Parcells had great on this Giants staff, this New York Giants staff, right? He had Belichick, Tom Coughlin, Sean Payton on the class in his thing. I felt the same way when I came to Canisius. I had this assistant coaching staff of Mike McDonald, Phil Seymour, Dave Nyland, right? Kevin Broderick, Richard Walsh, Brian Miller. Everyone became a head coach. Everyone was a standing head coach, and I wouldn't be standing here without those guys right back in that back. Now go win a Super Bowl like Belichick and Coughlin and all those guys. Friends, Murph mentioned, you get friends that, have traveled a lot. Charlie Croft down here, David Fruge have been friends forever, but they're down in Olean watching us beat them for the first time in 52 years. So many fans here, so many supporters, so many remember the original Cage Club meetings. Those were intense now. Right? And a tough Cage Clubbers too, asking tough questions of me. So I mean, they were tremendous. The faculty, the students, they were so much behind us and just watched us just do the best that we absolutely could. The other coaches were so supportive of what we were trying to do. My other teams helped us get to this. As you said, Erie Community College, Lemoyne, and Nazareth really helped this happen. So I'm sure there's others we have to thank, but thanks for believing in me and helping me get to that point. So I'll go quickly now, because that's the important part, the attitude of gratitude. But as I go forward here, I know Scott and Reggie, you do have some team members here, I believe. How many are on the team? Where are they? They're way up there. All right. Hello, girls. How are you guys? They're right back there. So I'm talking to you and your coaches, because this is a tip-off dinner, right? I don't want this to be the John Beilein dinner. I want this to be the dinner about you all. So should be a lot of excitement. Listen to Scott talk. Reggie, Scott came up a lot like I came up. This is so important. And you all think you're pretty good and you're getting to get things done. But I'm telling you what, you can't get it done, and it's nothing about basketball talent if you don't have, as Murph had, the character, the integrity that a Binky Johnson, that a Mike Meeks had, that the walk-on John Gorman gives us, Craig Wise, Javon Moore, right? Ryan Collins is in here tonight, Ryan Shepard, another walk-on. They gave us character. This is all about culture. This is all it's about. And there's a lot of good players out there, but the teams that are always thinking about themselves, the people are thinking about themselves instead of their brothers. When you get to the point when you play for games for the guys in that locker room, the guys sitting next to you, and don't play for yourself, you'll be good. The coach is going to lead you so much. But when you get a player-led team, our teams have been good, really good, in February and March. And it's not me. It's the players are leading at that point. But if the leaders are drinking, you're all going to drink. If the leaders are smoking pot, you're all going to smoke pot. The leaders aren't working hard, everybody's going to do it. Who's going to be the leaders and do that? And it's cool. It's cool to pivot, go away from the lifestyle that takes you away from winning and have a winning attitude. So it's so important. The culture is so important for you. So I wish you luck. I wish you luck. Not as much luck as I used to wish about 3 months ago. Because you're not my favorite team in the MAC anymore. You're not. You're my second favorite team. And I never liked purple much. But I love purple right now. I love it. I loved it when Pete Lonergan over here was coaching. I loved purple then too. But I'm just telling you that it's so important that you understand that. These coaches work, and coaches, you got to give them that time to build that culture and teach them culture. They're not going to just learn it. You have to teach it to them. I almost said the Michigan Wolverines. The Cleveland Cavaliers, we spend 15 minutes every day just showing them videos, showing them culture, showing them things what makes. Sean McDermott right now, he's incredible with teaching the right culture. So good luck with that. We'll be following you, right? And I wish you very much success. So as we go forward here, I just wanted to talk about why the other reasons that we're here, and I don't want to forget anything here. So let me just do. I did that, right? And I talked about that, and that. So I'm good. All right. So just let me talk first of all about the year one that we had here. So that was like whenever people ask me about what's your favorite memories of Canisius? It's when we were 10 and 18. When we were 10 and 18. And it was the hardest year, I think, of our life. We move in here, and we're trying to win games. We're just trying to make small victories every single day. I lived in the dormitory the whole summer. Kathleen and the 4 children are back in Manoa. I remember they gave me a dormitory room next to the elevator. Good luck in a college dorm that I lived there. I've hired my staff and said, what do you guys do? I was trying to figure that all out. We played the first game that we played that year, December 1, at Duke. They were the defending national championship. The only guy off the team was Christian Leitner from the championship team. We're walking into I didn't even know so much. I didn't know what type of budget I had. I didn't know anything. We didn't even have like warm-up uniform or like a travel sweats. We're walking in a Duke in Sheshesky. How ironic is this? Shesheskyville is set up, And we're walking in, and my dude's got like leather coats on, right? They're walking in. We looked, somebody said, look, who's that, the tennis team? We must have been very small. Is that the tennis team coming to play Duke? And I looked at them and I said, you guys are all lined up and sleeping overnight to get tickets for the Canisius game? The guy looks at me and says, hell no, right? We're playing Michigan Saturday. We're getting ready to play the Fab Five of Michigan. I said, okay, I get it. It was 32-24. Damone James hit a jump shot. Coach Krzyzewski called timeout. They went on a 32-2 run to end the first half. 32-2 to end the first half. We had a game at home when things like Mike, we'd been waiting for Mike to get eligible. We played St. Francis, PA. We beat them. It was the first win. We were 0-5. It's the first win. I couldn't believe it. We go the next time and we lose a tight one to Northeastern. So things are going up. And Darryl Barley gets injured, is out for the season. We played Bucknell shortly after this. This is how desperate I was. Mark Nigley's going to the foul line. Tie game, no time left. Mark Nigley's going to the foul line. You know what my strategy was? Mark, look at me. I spent the whole, I might have dropped a curse word, summer in the dorm, away from my Hamlin family. Can you make these damn shots? He goes bang, bang, it was over. That's the coaching we had to do. And we all know that it's already been mentioned right now, right? Let me tell you one other quick story. It was so bad that year, we went down in the locker room and we were learning, and we were down in the middle of that locker room and we were upset. Mike, myself, Phil, and we're after the players pretty soon, pretty hard. And the players all storm out of there. And my son Mark is standing outside, down in that area, standing outside with tears in his eyes because it had gotten hot in there. And he was in third grade, and he looks at me and he goes, I only wanted to get $1 from you, Dad. He was scared to death about what was being said in there, about what's going to happen if they didn't play well in their second half. So at any rate, Biggie hit that big shot, and the big thing was it put us to something magical for Canisius. We got to play on Sunday night in the MAC tournament. It was Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We got to play on Sunday night, and that was huge. And then it got old. But Binkie's shot that went round the rim and went round the rim and went in. We lost to Niagara the next day, but it was like we'd made that step. The next year, year two, all right, still, we still finished 7th place out of 8 teams, but now, Bam Moore joins us, Ryan Cowan joins us, Chris Young joins us. We've got a little bit of depth now, right? We are 5-5 coming out of St. Francis, PA, and we go on to win 16 in a row. It was an incredible run right through. We won the regular season championship by 2 games. We had 20-6 or some incredible number. 5-5, we finished 20-6. And we got to Sunday night again, but we couldn't get past the Sunday night. But we go to the NIT. That's fine. We go to the NIT. We play, end up getting a chance to play Villanova, Kerry Kittles. We lost, but now we got the NIT, and we had a championship. So now big things are expected. We go to year 3. We go to Penn. ESPN has this great strategy. They want Syracuse and Penn to play in the Carrier Dome, make a ton of money. Not ESPN, the NIT wants to make a ton of money by filling up the Carrier Dome. They never believed in their lives that these dudes, some of them right here, would go to Penn in front of a packed house and beat 19th ranked Penn on the road. And at the same time, GW would go to Syracuse and beat Syracuse. Sorry, NIT. We sat on the bus for like 2 hours waiting for the NIT committee. Said, well, where are we going? Are we going to George Washington, or are they coming to Buffalo? You know where we went. We went to George Washington. But it was an incredible, we started that way. We had these road warriors, as we said, winning at Cincinnati, at St. Bonaventure. I talked to the Cage Club that weekend, and I said, that's the first time we've beaten St. Bonaventure since Roosevelt was president. And one of these smartasses in the back says, yeah, Teddy Roosevelt was the president then. So we had a ton of wins there. Again, we get to Sunday night, and we can't get it done. And you believe this? We come back. We practiced over across the street here at Madai. probably something was going on here, and because they probably thought our season would be over. Dan Starr used to book that thing after the season, say they ain't going to postseason. And so we ended up at they didn't want to go. The team didn't want to go to the NIT. Can you imagine that, guys? They didn't want to go to the NIT. No, we lost and said, we're not going to the NIT. And we just said to them, oh, you're going to the NIT now. And we beat Seton Hall here in a great game. We went to Bradley and won at the buzzer. I'm still mad at Mike Meeks taking the shot, but I love that Craig Wise was there to put it in and made it look like a masterful play, right, Mike? And now we come back to Washington State, and it's like it's like I'm watching Tony Masiello and Dennis Misko again, right? I'm watching Terry O'Connor. I'm watching Andy Anderson. I'm watching John Morris. I'm watching these guys play. It was electric. And we're singing New York, New York. Incredible series of events there. No, we didn't get it done in New York, but it was great. Couldn't get past Sunday night. Now it's the next year. We're having an incredible year. We're winning. We're going to win it. We're up by 2 or 3 games going home for 3 out of 4 at home. Right? My wife says to me, how do you remember all this stuff? I remember it. I'm ready to take Daryl Barley out of the game, and he wrenches his knee, and we're up by like 11 with 2 to go. And he's out. We lose 3 out of 4. We finish in 4th place. But he's healthy again. He's ready to play. Then he breaks his thumb right before the MAC tournament. And we went and played without our star, Ryan Collins, Mike Meeks, Kevin Thompson, Bam, Mickey Frazier, played the most unbelievable basketball that he's played in a long time. We were beautiful. And now we go to the NCAA tournament. And it was one of the great, just being able to do something like that was really special. And we had some adversity in that year, guys and gals. Things were going wrong all the time. And we led the country in the year before, led the country in road wins. Now we come back, and we got all these injured guys, and we keep winning. And it was culture that got it won. Not my culture, their culture. They were together. And we finish up the last year, what are we going to do? Meeks is gone. Wise is gone. Chris Young is gone. Frazier's gone. How are we going to win? How are we going to win? And culture and really good people that were on that team that year and some good young guys, all of a sudden we're in the championship. We're on Monday night again, and we're in the championship. So it was an incredible 5 years in summation. We had so much support from the administration, from our students, from fans, from alums, from everybody. It was incredible to be able to have those 5 years. I'm so honored that we received this. This is, to me, it's 2 awards. It's like John Beilein and his family are being inducted in the Hall of Fame. John Beilein and his coaching staffs, and John Beilein and his players are all going in because couldn't have done it with any of you. So go Griffs forever, right? Thank you very much for this honor.